Welcome troops to the very first episode of Every Vehicle to Spade. In light of recently discovering that I hate myself and deserve to be miserable, I've made the decision to spade every ground vehicle in War Thunder. So expect a good 9 years worth of videos. In these videos we'll be talking a few stats, characteristics and giving my review of the vehicle before going ahead and ranking each vehicle by nation and tier based on a super scientific 25-point system decided by speed out of 5, manoeuvrability out of 5, survivability out of 5, firepower out of 5, and finally, awesomeness out of 5. So sit back and enjoy the ramblings of an irrelevant, salty War Thunder player. Now this week we are playing US vehicles, beginning with the M2A4. So let's talk them stats, starting with speed. We're looking at 35 miles per hour. Reasonable, I guess. I can't say I personally find anything faster to be more advantageous. In the initial rush to the capture points, the likes of Panzer IIIs and SDKFZ 222s have the advantage. But I feel as though that isn't really a major issue. So what other effect or benefit does speed have? Well, I don't think it has all that much of a benefit to anything other than your sanity. We are going to throw in weapon reload speed here as well, because it is speed. 3.6 seconds. Now this is a point I feel is game changing. Being able to get a well placed round off before the person you are shooting at is an absolute win. With my distinct lack of skills, I generally take a punt with the first shot, bounce it or damage, and then place an accurate shot with the following round. Big win. Another huge advantage to having a quick reload speed is being able to engage the preferred armour of the enemy before they have a chance to angle. Thinking outside of the normal engagement, if you have an enemy you know you can't knock out, or if they are angled well, the only option may be disabling components. Low powered rounds will take a few hits to effectively do this, again making speed very valuable. Now moving on to manoeuvrability. We see 262 horsepower on a relatively light vehicle. Can't complain there. It's fine being a speedy boy, but if you can't go up a small incline, you are limited to how effectively you can traverse the map, which limits your options for engagements. The M2A4 certainly doesn't seem to struggle here, which is a blessing in itself. A good ability to move around the map, combined with the ability to manoeuvre, well, gives a huge advantage for outrunning turrets, reload speeds, and playing the flanks where this vehicle is going to shine. And why not? Let's lump in turret rotation and gun laying into manoeuvrability, because I guess it is. I can say that this is a huge deciding factor for me of whether I like a vehicle or not. And to the M2A4's credit, the little guy done good. We will move on to cover the munitions of the gun shortly, but the firepower of a vehicle is completely irrelevant if you cannot get those gun sights on the target. We've all been tracked right. We've all had our transmissions knocked out or been set on fire. With a 4,768 minute average repair time on this game, rotating and angling the vehicle ain't gonna help those crosshairs onto that sweet spot. This is where a 14.3 degree per second turret rotation is gonna save you, or at least give you a fighting chance to die with some dignity. And now for me as a bad player, the most important, survivability. We can see an effective armour thickness of around 26mm average. Does this hold up? Well, I am surprised to say, in the game it holds up pretty damn well. Considering its riveted tinfoil, I can happily say I have bounced many a 37 and 50mm shell from Panzer IIIs. In the inevitable up tiers that you face in 94% of the matches in War Thunder, you are gonna struggle. But we're not here to discuss Gaijin's inability to balance a game or accurately translate the capabilities and characteristics of the real vehicles into digital machines. No, we are taking the high ground and being passive aggressive and sarcastic with cheap shots subtly and not so subtly slipped into the videos. We're back on track. Good or no? Well, I seem to die a whole lot less from 7.62mm machine gun rounds in this than other vehicles. However, regardless of its ability to bounce 50mm shells, one thing the M4A2 or any other vehicle cannot effectively protect itself from is the mobile AA, which apparently, according to the Dictionary of Snail Terms and Terminology, stands for anti-armor. Firepower! Now, is bigger always better? Yes. Moving on. I jest. Let's look at our 37mm wonder. Is it good? Well, not to start with. The M74 shot is about as useful as a university degree in the UK, and has about as much power as that one knobhead from up the top of the street's Corsa. But wait, there is an answer to this. Unlocking the M51B1 rounds, the saving grace of this vehicle. Finally, the ability to take on the tanks that Warthunder matches you against. You have unlocked your inner potential as a raging, compact bringer of death and rage to 6-year-olds who call their parents bro. You see a Panzer? I see a front plate wearing French knickers. Penetrate! You see an M1340? I see a redhead with a ponytail. Penetrate! You see... Okay, so you get the idea. So where does this leave us? Awesomeness! Is this cool? Well, I will probably have to take a bath in bleach after saying this, but yeah, it kinda is. Despite looking like a Kinder Egg toy, this thing is pretty cool, and in the right hands, i.e. anyone but mine, it's probably a pretty badass little tongue. The awesome factor is strong in this one. And now... Drama please. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. The point system. Speed. It's getting a 5. It's fast. It gets about the place. Doesn't need to be any faster. Its gun reloads just fine. No complaints here. Maneuverability. Can I complain? I don't think I can. It's a good vehicle that handles well and gets you where you need to go. Its traverse may be a bit slow, but we're talking about crowbag recruits here. It's getting a 4. Survivability. I'm gonna say it. It's good. At this tier and battle rating. But it's not getting anything more than a semi-flaccid 3. And why is that? Well, any armour that is getting owned by a 7.62 isn't worth anything more. Sorry M2A4. Firepower. Well, maybe controversial, but it's a 4.5. I am being pathetic here because I want a 50 on there. But this gun, when using the better shells, it hits the spot. It's a solid all-rounder. And finally, awesomeness. Is this awesome? It is cool, I guess. But is it awesome? Well, it's like saying I enjoyed my meal at Wetherspoons. It's a good thing that you enjoyed it, but it's still Wetherspoons. And Tier 1 vehicles are the Wetherspoons of Warthunder. You are good, but you are still a Tier 1 vehicle. You get a 3. Bringing the total score to a staggering 19.5 out of 25. A respectable score and first place contender. So let's go and take a look at that leaderboard. And there we have it, troops. Episode 1 of Every Vehicle to Spade. I can tell just by the fact you have watched this video that you are a person of excellent taste and refinement. A being of immense style and culture. And you, yes you, deserve merch that reflects that. So get on over to Design by Humans, check out our shop and grab yourself an Ace of Spades t-shirt and show everyone that you are a god tier Warthunder legend who watches only the prime rib of YouTubers. And that's all from me for this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Check out our other YouTube page, Iceman 5 for Delta History, to learn about the vehicles and weapons of our favourite video games. Hop into Discord and chat tanks, games and all things history. Or drop by our Twitch streams for a bit of Team Tato action. Take care everyone, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. We're going to throw in weapon reload speed here. However, regardless of its ability to bounce 50mm shells, the M74 shot is about as useless as a university degree in the UK, and it has about...